Okay, what is up, Dallas? As you are joining in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, let me get this situated. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Not stuff falling apart. Hold on. Okay, this is okay. I got a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. I live close to a hospital, so you're going to hear some sirens in the background, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on the road conditions right now. I know a lot of you have followed me from my work that I did on air, part of it being reporting on what was happening on the roads. And so I really just want to give you guys an update. So if you are in certain areas, please let me know. But I just want to give you guys what I have been seeing on the roads. In fact, I feel like today, as far as accidents are concerned, I have not seen numbers as far as how many we've had today. But I feel like a lot of people thought Wednesday was like the day that they were going to be able to get out and get on the roads and do whatever it is they needed to do. That has not been the case for a lot of folks. We have a lot of accidents that are out there right now. So I'm going to cycle through some of those so you guys can see what's going on. Maxie, thank you so much for the heads up. Alfonso, good morning. I see some of you watching on YouTube, some of you watching on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, because I never go live on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, let me know because I want to make sure that it is showing up properly because this is my first time doing this via Instagram. If you have certain areas that you are looking for, please let me know in the comments. But for right now, I'm just going to cycle through some of the incidents. And look, y'all know you can't just walk up in nobody's house and don't say good morning. So good morning, cousins. Tap in. Let me know you're watching. Let me know where you are watching from. Also, did you eat breakfast this morning? I know a lot of us are kind of hunkered down. It really reminds me of the pandemic days. So anyways, just let me know where you're watching from. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Man, I forgot to hit live on Instagram. So now we're live on Instagram. Thank goodness I got my lovely producer in the background checking it out for me. So she's going to make sure that we are live on Instagram. IG folks, I usually do not go live on Instagram. So I'm trying to make sure this whole thing works over your way. So let me know if you're live on Instagram. I see some of the comments. Good morning. Let me know where you're watching in from. CPND says, do I know Consciously? I am very familiar with him. We've met a couple of times in person, but it has certainly been a quick little introduction and move on. Two sisters, we're slowly making our way to the bakery to prep for Thursday. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all stay safe out there. And I know a lot of people had to get out and get to work. Princeton, Texas is in the building. What is good? Frisco is in here. This is for folks all across DFW. And honestly, I can look up certain cameras in certain areas. Just depending on where you are. Michael said, I'm about to eat some cereal for breakfast. Good for you. I found, now this may not be new to some of you, but I've been staying away from pork. I found beef bacon. Of course, we would have beef bacon in Texas, but I found beef bacon and I'm literally obsessed. One thing though that I got to figure out, and if there are any folks that just love cooking bacon, I got to figure out how not to burn the house down because the way I be smoking this thing out, cooking bacon is insane. The best way for me to cook bacon is in the oven. However, is it fry? Is it saute? I did make some bacon on the stovetop this morning. Okay. But the place was smoked out. We had to air it out. And y'all know it's cold outside. So I could only air it out for a few minutes. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get into it. So first, again, as I was telling you guys, Instagram, we just got on here. As I was telling you guys, today is the day that I've seen the most incidents all week. And I know it's because Wednesday was the morning. Everybody thought they were going to be able to get out on the roads, no problems. Thought we was going to be all good. Y'all thought that sun was going to be beaming and it was going to melt this ice and we were going to be in the clear. Well, yes, it has melted in some places, but it also froze again, refroze overnight. Okay. In a lot of places. And what I always tell folks is just to be mindful of that black ice. In fact, I do want to share something that Encore shared earlier. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. And let me see if I can pull that up here and get it on your screen. Basically, it's just a reminder about the black ice that obviously is out there on some of the elevated surfaces and surfaces just in general. So black ice is hard to see when it comes to icy patches. Freezing fog, again, this was an update that they provided yesterday evening, if I'm not mistaken. But again, still hold steady. Be careful. Black ice is something that you absolutely cannot see. And it's certainly something once you get on top of it, you gonna know. But again, gonna be difficult for you to see it prior to hitting it. So as far as some of the accidents are concerned, Tyler, Texas, good morning. Tony says, throw my bacon in the oven. Hold on, let me get my first incident up here. So I want to start off with 35 and FM 455. This is up in the Sanger area. This is a part of, I know some of you folks down in Dallas are like, girl, where is that at? I got you. Don't worry. This is up in Denton County. So if you are unfamiliar, this is a DFW suburb. It's a whole city, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna need you to know some other places surrounding Dallas, but this is north of Dallas. And so this is up in the Sanger area, I-35, right at FM 455. And as far as I can tell right now, this area is still completely blocked off. Early on when I saw this, I thought they were at least allowing one lane to get by, but now it looks like this was as of 6 o'clock this morning. All lanes are currently blocked. Okay, so all traffic being forced to exit right before you get to Chapman Road, FM 455. Good morning from Mansfield. Hello, Brenda. Katrina, good morning. North Arlington. Tony giving us an update from North Arlington. Arkansas in the building. Maryland, residential roads look half-assed is what CPND say from Maryland. Look, I ain't reading the rest of that comment. Y'all can see it on the side of your screen. D Feel Good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Dallas checking in. Jawan from the Midtown area. Michael, yes, but I'm telling you, some folks just don't know. So again, this is 35 right at FM 455. And again, that's Chapman Road headed northbound. So all traffic being forced to exit prior to you hitting this incident. Hold on, y'all. Y'all remember the other day when I had snot dripping? Why that's happening right now? And I don't have a single piece of tissue. So this is real life. 1 second. Baby, this this Texas blood ain't made for all that. Anyways, excuse me. Now, real talk, I do want to make sure I update y'all on what's going on. Vicky says, my auntie lives there. I'm with you, cousin. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Kendrick, look, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, if you watch it from YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. I am trying to own this independent media space, and I found out yesterday, and I've been tracking the numbers, there isn't a single Black woman show on YouTube, okay, where a Black woman shows up in the top 100 consistently. Now, we may pop in there, pop out every now and again, but I am saying a Black woman-led show shows up consistently being keyword in the top 100. So if you're trying to help me get there, make sure you like, subscribe. We're going to have a whole lot of other ways that you can support. But for now, I need you to like, subscribe, get in the comment section on YouTube. Okay. Let me know you tapped in and that you are watching. Yes, Tony, you heard that right. Michael say cannot, so that's why I'm doing it here. So it's all good. Like, subscribe, comment, make sure you share this video so that others can tap in and know what's going on. So again, as a reminder, I'm kind of cycling through some of the accidents that we have currently working right now across DFW. What you're looking at on your screen, this is right at 35 and FM 455 right at Sanger. All lanes are currently blocked as of right now. Things change quickly. Looks like it involves a big rig. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. No, you cannot see my cursor on the screen, but right up under the words there, right up under 455, top left-hand side of your screen, you can see the big rig's tires kind of on its side. So anyways, I just wanted to make sure I brought that one to your attention. Another incident that we are looking into. This is I-35 right at, oh, this is another shot of that one. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check that one. Hold on. I think they just gave us another angle with the 455 situation. Yep, that's another angle of the 35 right at Chapman Road. Again, this is up in the Sanger area. And this is 35 northbound, all lanes blocked. Again, just as a reminder that black ice is certainly still out there and still prevalent. So I would just encourage you to just be mindful of that if you do have to go out. Stella says, still icy in these Waxahachie streets. Thank you. Buenos dias, Elizabeth. Good morning to you. Charles, keep flying high. You know how you can help me fly high, Charles? Is make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe and like this video. Okay, and subscribe to the page. All right. Hey, Nancy, good morning on YouTube, on the YouTubes, babes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Good morning. Ashley said, let me go switch platforms. Came on over to the YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. As I was telling folks who just got on here, there isn't a single woman consistently, okay, in the top 100 YouTube podcasts. I am trying to change that, and y'all can help me do that. I have a lot of followers, but I'm gonna need some folks to really jump on this situation and help your girl out, okay? So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 10:26 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I am tracking some of the latest incidents in and around DFW. Many of you may know me for some of my work that I did on local news, where I was able to kind of guide you around the city. And so let me get through some more of these images that we have. So this is 35 right at 377. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure that is just another, hold on, shot of that previous incident. That one actually doesn't look too bad over there. Where are we at now? 35. Well, hold on now. See, that's why you got to look at multiple camera feeds. It's 35 right at 377, folks. So if you're up that way, make sure you're familiar with what's going on. I-30 right at Northwest 7th Street. Hold on. That one looks like it has cleared. Good news there. Always love to see it. Love to see it. This is right near the Bush Turnpike. So that incident has cleared, folks. I-30 right at Carroll. Let me see if that one has cleared. Looks like we had one lane open on that one. And this is right before you hit Haskell. I'm looking at multiple screens, y'all, just to make sure this one is. So this is on the westbound side of the highway. So as you're making your way into downtown Dallas, so I-30 westbound right at Carroll, again, those right lanes look like all lanes are starting to reopen there. So that's some good news, but just be careful because again, you're coming past some elevated surfaces and all that kind of stuff. And again, once you hit black ice and you on top of it, babes, it's over for you. So just be careful. Another incident that I do not have a picture of right now is 635. This is westbound, 635, excuse me, right at 75. That is up on a high five. That is one of the highest, if not the highest, elevated surface in Dallas. You guys know where those bridges are along the high five. If you're unfamiliar, again, this is 75, right at 635. So for folks who are not from Dallas or unfamiliar with the roadways in Dallas, so if you're on 75, that is going past North Park Mall. That's one marker that I think a lot of folks will be familiar with, the mall area. Once you get past North Park Mall and you continue headed northbound on 75 and you get toward the Richardson area and you're going up toward Richardson, right at 635 is where you have the highest highways, interstates, bridges, okay? And it's where they connect. That area is called the high five. So you'll hear a lot of people on TV or on these news shows reference the high five, and folks might be like, well, what is that? Confirming for you, the high five is, again, right where 75 and 635 intersect. Okay? Hold on, let me get down to the bottom. Is that Xavian? Hey, Xavian, hello. Still icy over here off of 75 and Royal, and it's also slushy. Let me remove that so that I can go full screen. What did it say? Still icy on 75 and Royal. Hey, Bridget, what's up? If you want to support this work, please make sure you're tapped in on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. For those of you who are just joining us, even if you're on Facebook, you can like, comment, and share this video over on Facebook and make sure we know that you're watching. Let me know how the roads look in your area. If there's a specific area you want me to look into, I can pull a camera and check on that area for you live. I have no problem doing that. Of course, remember, it has to be like a major thoroughfare. I cannot see your side streets. Only you can do that. You can walk out and probably see what those looking like. But if there is a major interstate you want me to look into, please let me know. Aisha, I have subscribed. Thank you. They say in Kaufman, it is, what is it? It's icy out in Kaufman, 75 in Royal. They're saying it's icy and slushy. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Let's see here. I love it. Not making my way downtown. Baby, make sure you're careful and let us know how it's going. Lindsay say, I wasn't subscribed, but I am now, period, because, you know, we doing what we need to do. Kendrick, it's still icy near downtown Dallas, where I stay. Good Latimer and Live Oak. That is not too far from the Deep Ellum area. So again, folks, from all over DFW tapping in. So please continue to do so. Sandra Sara, subscribed on YouTube. Perfect. Alicia is out in Mansfield. She says the side streets are still horrible, still iced over, trying to make it to the cliff today. What you trying to make it to the cliff for? Where you going? Is this essential travel? And define what essential travel means to you, Miss Alicia. I am teasing. Okay, Lindsay came over from IG. Hey, if you are watching us on IG, if you're on Facebook, all the things, please tap in over on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. I was telling folks that there isn't a single Black woman led show consistently, okay, keyword, consistently in the top 100 podcasts on YouTube. Okay, so I am trying to get in the number, get in the running. And I have more than enough, quote unquote, followers to make that happen. But again, YouTube is a different beast, and we're trying to tackle that beast, okay? So make sure you go check me out on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. I am not Messy Boots. She says she's trying to make it to the cliff. I'm trying to figure out why Honey trying to make it to the cliff. Somebody said, what does 35W and I-20 look like? Hold on. Change is coming. Hold on, for real. I'm about to check it out for you. That's no problem, because unlike when I called a certain news station in Austin, Texas yesterday, and I asked them if they can help me with something regarding the roads and whether or not they had a traffic anchor or reporter. Oh, let me check and see if I can provide you that information. What? Crazy work, man. Now my little heater coming on. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, Holland Hills, let me see what you're working with. Okay, now I'm going to share these photos with y'all, but don't get too excited. Let me rename this. All right. Okay, so I got some I-20 right at 35, I-20 right at 35W. For those of you who don't know, we have a 35E, I-35E that runs through Dallas, not most of Dallas, runs through Dallas, and we have a 35W. So that's 35 West, which is west of Dallas, and 35E, that's 35 East, which is in Dallas. Did y'all know all of this? I know folks that are familiar with our area definitely understands this, but when I first got here, I was confusion, okay? Very much confused. Like, why y'all got a 35W and a 35E? Can it just be 35? Okay. All right, so hold on. Let me get these pictures because I did promise the pictures. Okay, hold on. Is this the right one? I told you, I'm going to give you live feedback, okay? If I can, period. Now, where you going to get that at? Where you requested live and I show it to you live, okay? This is 35W right at I-20 for the folks who asked me about that one. There are the roads in your area. But again, I want to emphasize, again, when it comes to black ice, sometimes, most of the time, you're not going to be able to see it when you come up on it. That's number one. Number two, this does not account for the roads getting out of your area. Okay, so this is the interstate, which TxDOT is responsible for. So this is 35W right at I-20. Love the skin. Thank you, Tanisha. And you're on YouTube. So an extra thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe to this page, not just like this video, which I want you to do that, of course, but subscribe to this page because we're certainly trying to get in that top 100. Okay. Deidre's here now. Thank you. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do that and tell your friends to subscribe too. Like, comment. Somebody said the Oscars are shelved. Baby, them ain't no Oscars. I wish I knew how to act. I mean, I might know how to do a little something, a little razzle dazzle. You got a part for me in the movie. Those are Emmy Awards. Good job teaching about the freeways. Absolutely. It's what we do. We educate as best we can. You will be the first cousin. We're going to see it. Good morning. Came over from Facebook. Thank you. Sitting between Trinity Mills and Frankfurt is a skating rink. Ooh, wow. Is how I would describe it. Now, mind you, it is trying to thaw. That's what I told that son. I'm like, son, baby, beam this way. Okay, beam this way. All right, we just need a few of them roads cleared. Okay. Charmaine went over to YouTube from Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not Tony said the person earlier going to the Cliff Club. Now, Tony, everybody don't know about the Cliff Club, okay? That's getting a little too local, huh? A little too local. All right. This is too funny. Okay, tap in, folks. Let me know where you want to see. If there's an area, I should say, that you want me to see. Yep, 35E runs through Dallas. 35W runs through Fort Worth. Absolutely. Tanisha said, I need the sun to do its big one. Don't we all? Don't we all? For the person who wanted 35W at I-20, are you still in the building? Are you still in the building? Okay, so let me refresh my little maps over here and see what the road's looking like right now, or how many accidents we have right now. Fort Worth. Everything in Tarrant County is something minor. Several disabled vehicles, etc. But as far as I can tell, I do not see any major, emphasis on major accidents right now in Fort Worth. Okay. So I'm going to go back over to Dallas County and Denton County. You still have 3 incidents. So 75 at Lover's Lane. I think that's new. What time did that happen? 10:27. It's 10:38. Yeah, that's definitely new. So 35 at Lover's Lane. Baby, show me the picture, honey. What we got now? You gonna show me the picture or no? Girl. Come on, cameras. So 75 at Lover's Lane is our newest issue. Okay, producer in the comments telling y'all where to go, like the page and subscribe. One bad chick came over from IG. I appreciate that. Switched over from Facebook to YouTube. What about 635 at 80 going east toward Forney? 635 at US 80 going east toward Forney. So first, real quick, let me make sure I tell you guys what active accidents we have right now. So this one was verified at 10:27 a.m. So what, 10 or so minutes ago, 75 right at Lover's Lane. This looks like it is southbound. So if you're coming south from, say, the North Park area where the North Park Mall is located and going southbound, that issue is right at Lover's Lane. 635, what is this? Girl, which direction? Ain't no direction on here. But 635, oh, yes, it is. Slow down, Tashar. 635 westbound right at Forest Lane. You got an incident blocking 2 lanes. And then another one on 635. And that's eastbound right at 75. That's one I told you about earlier, but it also says it's just a minor incident. And then also that big rig that we saw on its side earlier up in the Sanger area, Denton County, 35, right at Chapman Road, northbound, still completely blocked. Okay, so Janice, that actually is the one I just mentioned, Janice, is actually perfect for you because you just said, oh, somebody is a new member. Oh, hello. Period. Yes. Come on, LaShonda. Thank you. So you guys know, I didn't even tell LaShonda to do that, but you guys know how I've been telling you to like and subscribe and comment on YouTube. Okay. Make sure you do all those three because I know I'm not pocket watching anybody, but if you can become a member, okay. Oh, we doing something. LaShonda, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Tashara Parker Show. It certainly helps as we navigate this independent media space and do what we need to do to make sure that we get the information to you. So LaShonda, thank you so much. Certainly appreciate that. Okay, so Janice, what I just mentioned for you, 35 right at FM 455 Chapman Road, headed northbound, which is where you would need to be. Janice says she plans to go to, let me see. Okay, C House 35, E headed north through Gainesville. Hold on. Hey, Bridget, join, like, share. Thank you, Valerie. Y'all keep saying y'all miss me. Hey, she back. I miss y'all too. Tap in. Make sure you're on YouTube so that you can get notifications because come next week, we hitting the ground running. My mentor said, hey, if you're going to do this thing. Okay, you got to be delusional, all in and locked in. And that's what we're doing. There isn't a single Black woman-led show on YouTube podcast right now that is consistently in the top 100. I am trying to be that person and I am trying to make it happen so that we can consistently get the information out that you need. Okay. She's gonna pass through Sanger. Hold on now. Y'all don't be moving me too fast. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. So let me go back to that one person. LaShonda says she has been subscribing. Oh no, we gotta figure that out, LaShonda. We gotta figure that out. Gwendolyn. Oh, we got boy, ask and you shall receive. Don't have me crying out here, y'all. Don't. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment. That is, I don't want to say the bare minimum, but I really appreciate it. Y'all 10 toes down. Thank you. I think it's, I don't want to say this wrong. Tab Romo 5. Thank you for becoming a member of the Tashara Parker Show. It is how independent media can survive and thrive. I certainly appreciate you guys for tapping in. That is what it's all about. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. It's how we continue to push and make sure that independent media thrives in the world that we are in, and you can get facts and you get clear information. Okay, you ain't got to worry about us trying to like sugarcoat nothing, and we gonna give it to you straight. Okay. All right. So the worshiper Jana, can you tell me how the roads are from Alvarado to Fort Worth? I just subscribed. Thank you so much. Oh, LaShonda, thank you. Thank you so much. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Who was I trying to get? LaShonda. Yes. Hey. Thank you. Oh, y'all showing out now. Calvin. Thank you. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. Ask and you shall receive. I didn't know. All I had to do was jump on here and ask. Yes, please. It's crazy how I can have nearly 500,000 followers across social media platforms, but just to get 50 people to become a member of the channel is very difficult to do. Subscribing is one thing, and I'm so thankful for anyone who has subscribed and anyone who taps in. But if you want to support this work consistently, please consider becoming a member. Thank you so much, Calvin. Thank you. Okay, so Brittany, I'm happy to be back. Sorry, let me get back up here because we got business to take care of. let's see, Alvarado to Fort Worth. I think I answered the question for the one person who was going to trying to get to OKC, because I showed you at least one issue that you're going to be dealing with on 35 as you're trying to get through Sanger. And then I cannot speak specifically for the roads in Oklahoma, but baby, you got to make it out of Denton and up through parts of Denton and then through Sanger before you can even hit the part of 35 you trying to get to. Okay. And so, oh, Maxie, I-35 in Oakland. I know. Well, now you're going to have to give me updates on what's happening on 35 in Oakland. Yes. I used to give Maxie basically personalized reports of what was going on with the roads, even though Maxie, I'm pretty sure, didn't have anywhere to go in the morning time. Okay. So hold on. Let me get to Alvarado. Hold on. You don't have a cross street, sis? The one that asked me about Alvarado? I mean, I can find some, but I'm just asking. Just asking. And it has to be a major thoroughfare, right? So y'all will send me something. And if it's not like a major thoroughfare, oftentimes I can't see it. So let me try to get down to Alvarado and see if I got some cameras down there that I can pull up for you. One moment. Come on, girl. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where we at? Not no image available. No, hold on, Alvarado. Alvarado say get somebody else to do it. Hold on. Oh no, I got you one, sis. Hold on. Okay, add image. Do do do. While I'm pulling this up, I do want to remind you guys of this that I mentioned to you earlier. Encore had put this note out. I believe it was yesterday. Today, the 28th, right? Yeah, they put this out yesterday. They put it out over on X, and really just a reminder about black ice and obviously staying safe as you are trying to get out there on the roads. So I want to share an image. Let's see here. Just downloaded it. And this is for the young lady, I believe, who asked me about Alvarado. This is 35W right at 67 down in Alvarado. If you're trying to get up to, let's see here, trying to get up to, where are you at? You said you were trying to go to Fort Worth. Where did your comment go, girl? Where did your comment go? Child, I can't find your comment, but, oh, there you go. The worshiper Jana. Alvarado to Fort Worth. I hope this helps. Okay. So that's 35W right at 67. Again, for those of you who not from Ryan here, 35W. So there's a 35E in Dallas that goes through Dallas. And there's a 35 that will take you up, of course, after you get up out of Denton, up toward Oklahoma, etc. And then 35W, which is 35 West, is over in Fort Worth, and it runs north and south through Fort Worth. I know it gets a little crazy, but 35W right at 67, that's what you're looking at in Alvarado. And again, if you're trying to get up toward Fort Worth, I cannot speak for the side roads. All I'm showing you is what I can see on the cameras that I have access to. Okay, so this is 35 right at 67. All right. Oh, okay, hold on. Thank you, Sharon. She said, we got you. Latrice. Thank you. Another new member. I need a, hold on. I have this little, let me see if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work. Hold on. Now, I hope I don't mess nothing up trying to pull this over here. I have this little machine. Is it a machine? It's a soundboard. Now, I have some little things that I can drop anytime somebody does something cool. But y'all tell me if y'all can hear this. If not, I won't ever use it again. Where are they? Wait. Oh, there it goes. Can y'all hear this? Could y'all hear that? We're going to do that every time somebody becomes a member. Please tell me if y'all were able to hear that. Did y'all hear the sound effects? Let me ask my producer. She's on here. That's anytime we get a new member. Oh, they say they're very faint. Dang, I'm gonna have to work on that. Okay, that's okay. Somebody said do it again. They couldn't hear. But I think it's because I got the sound going through my soundboard. But that's what this is for, because I'm gonna practice and make sure that y'all can hear it. Hold on. This was the sound. But I hear it through my headphones, so I know y'all don't hear it on here. Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna work on it behind the scenes. Don't worry. Thank you, Latrice. I am so grateful and so thankful for anybody who chooses to support my work in any other manner. Because the subscribing, the liking, the comment, that certainly helps. But becoming a member takes it to a whole nother level and helps me consistently be able to do the work. And I need to be able to hire some people. So I'm not trying to be on here testing this stuff out live with y'all watching. But that's what this is about, because y'all gonna see this thing evolve. All right. Ashley, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I wish y'all can hear my air horns. Dang. I wonder if I take the headphones out, if y'all can hear it. Where the headphones at? Let me see. If I take those out, if y'all can hear it. I don't know, but I'm gonna try. Let's see. Oh, now y'all really can't hear nothing. But whatever. I'm gonna make sure it works next time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think I've answered most of the questions that we've had as far as the road is concerned. Very faint. Deidre says very faint. Lindsay says very faint, needs to be louder. I'm gonna work it out. We gonna work it out. I ain't about to figure it out on here live with y'all, because it says that it's not on mute. Oh, maybe if I turn it up. Is it still low? Yeah. Y'all say local. Raquel, one, thank you. But you say local, baby. We trying to take this thing national. Now, we're going to get these local updates because I realize the importance of the work that we're doing right now. But make no mistake, hey, it's going to be bigger than that. Yes, yes, indeed. Can you pull up MacArthur and 635 in Valley Ranch? 635 in Valley Ranch. Hold on. Holla. 1 minute. Somebody said, child, I'm looking at all of it. 35E, 35W. I ain't going nowhere. Did somebody just say the sound is good? Hold on. Did y'all hear it that time? Let me try one more time. Did y'all hear it? Hold on. Let me see. It sounded like a little DJ scratcher or whatever they call it. MacArthur and 635. MacArthur and 635. Baby, not y'all cameras raggedy. No, I'm just kidding. Valley Ranch. Okay, now I'm gonna show you this photo, but as I've stated to everybody else, that does not account for those side streets or any black ice that you might run into. Okay. So if you're just joining us, I would love for you to join us on YouTube. Join us live on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the page. Make sure you share the video if you're watching on Facebook. If you have not already shared this with somebody, we are giving live updates for as long as we can until my camera decides to stop working and overheat. But we're giving live updates, folks, to make sure you are prepared if you do have to get out today. Obviously, we would encourage you to wait and let this sun do its thing, because no amount of equipment can pick up black ice or ice that is out there on the roads. Because I know I keep seeing a lot of folks talking about the equipment and this and that and the third, but when it comes to ice and it refreezing, that's a whole different situation. Okay, so I have this image. Let me pull it on in. Image. Okay. There's 635 in MacArthur. Didn't someone ask me about 635? Yes, Tanisha. There you go. 635 in MacArthur, right at in the Valley Ranch area. She said that's where she works. Those are the roads as we speak. However, I don't know what your side streets look like. So just be careful. Make sure, you take it easy if you do have to get out. I saw a video of a girl just acting a fool on the roads. First of all, she was recording while she was driving. Let's start there. Like, why were you doing that? With her phone in one hand and the other hand on the wheel. And she was like, people in Texas don't know how to drive and saying all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, girl, but you're the one driving with your phone in your hand and recording, talking about people were basically riding in the middle lanes, trying to avoid some of the ice and stuff that was on the roads that they were traveling on. And I'm like, if you do have to be out there, at the very least, please be safe. What you driving with your, and the music was just blaring. I responded and she gave me some kind of little attitude, whatever. I responded on Threads. I was like, babes, can you turn your music down at least while you're yelling at folks? Because I know when I'm driving and I'm scared to drive and scared I might hit some black ice, I'm going to be so close to that wheel like this here. She pretty much called me a granny, which it is what it is. I'm going to be on that wheel like this, okay? Music going to be low because I can't see when the music loud. I can't see when the music is loud, okay? So 635 in MacArthur. Tanisha, I hope that helps you out. Again, if anybody does have to be out there, I can tell you to stay home all day long. But I get it. Just like Two Sisters Sweet Creations are going to try to get their bakery back in order, because this is multiple days for small businesses to be out of work and to be missing money. So one thing that I would encourage you to do is, as you are, as Dallas and DFW, Texas reopens, that you really consider supporting some of those small businesses, because missing a day or two is more than enough. But missing 4, 5 days, yeah, some may not be able to sustain for a month's rent or whatever the case may be. So please keep that in mind. Okay, Tanisha, hopefully that answered your question. Hold on. Faith, the sound is good. No, can't hear it. They can't hear my sound effects. I'm going to figure out how to make it sure that y'all can hear these sound effects next time. I promise you. Let me show you this nice little machine I got here. Hold on now. I don't want to mess nothing up to where the sound get all jacked up, but it's like a little soundboard. Now, I done had this soundboard for God knows how long, but now you can see why I haven't used it, because I got to figure it out. So anyways, 10:58 a.m., giving you guys an update. You should create a hey cousin sound. You might be on to something, but that's after I can figure out how to get this soundboard to work properly. And let me be clear, I feel like it's working properly. I just need to make sure the sound can come out through the applications. But I do think we should create a hey cousin sound. So producers, if you're watching, let's think about that. Is this on the aerial photos on TxDOT? Yes. DFJ, absolutely. So you can definitely go and look it up for sure. Good morning, Cecil. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tanisha saying thank you. 408. 408. Hey, man, say, you already know how to spur rocking. What? I can't even believe you fixed your lips to ask me about no spur 408. Now, listen, and the reason I say that is because if you were here, not just in 2021, but multiple times, whether we've had heavy rain or ice or snow or whatever the case may be, spur 408 right at I-20 is consistently a trouble spot. And it's because of how it curves and does its thing, all that good stuff. So I'll pull it up and I'll look and see what it's looking like. But I just remember that with spur 408, it was always something right in that area. And specifically right there at I-20. But I have no problem pulling it up. In fact, it looked kind of good, but Just like somebody asked me about 635 and LBJ, I don't play on any of those on a regular day. Okay? On a regular day, you need to take it easy. So let me go ahead and pull this picture up for you. Show you what's going on. Show you what's going on. But again, I caution you. Okay? You take these images with a grain of salt. Okay? Hold on, I got one more over here that I can pull up. Save. Okay. Where else you gonna get the live photos? Where else you gonna be like, hey, traffic person, can you pull up I-20 right at Spur 408? Hey, not very many places. Do you? Not very many. That's what you're getting over here, okay? This is specialized. Specialized, okay? There's one. Then I got another one for you. And you get 2 views. Where else you gonna get 2 views? Okay? Where else Rena Red gonna get 2 views, okay? Of what's happening on Spur 408 and I-20. Now it does look a little nice, but I wouldn't play with it. Just it's a no for me though. It's a no. It is a no. There's one view, and here's a view looking east. So I hope that helps. By the way, if you're just joining us, I'm giving you updates on DFW road conditions across Dallas, Fort Worth, which includes, of course, Denton County, Collin County. So if there are some areas that you want me to look into from the interstates, I would love to pull those up from you using the Texas Department of Transportation's cameras and mapping systems that they have available for us to use. And so let me know if there's somewhere you want me to look up. But also, just as important, can you go like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who needs to see it, okay? Or just share it because you appreciate cousin getting on here in the middle of the day and doing a live stream, please. And above all else, for those of you who have became members, I didn't even ask you that at the very beginning, but you chose to go out of your way and become a member. Becoming a member of my channel truly helps this independent media world continue to thrive, because it is not easy. I don't care how easy some people make it look, and it should look easy, right? Because we're doing the work, but it is not easy in these independent media streets. So if you want to support your girl, consider becoming a member. I'm just saying, consider, if you know the time is right, just consider becoming a member. If not, definitely anytime you see us live, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It always helps the algorithm, the algorithm, and help folks find us here in these internet streets. So thank you so much for doing that. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Okay, yeah, Wanda, exactly. I'm trying to tell you, Conda, you can't see with no loud music. You cannot see with no loud music at all. No lies in the chat at all. Stay focused. Good morning, Lorenza. Good morning. Let's see here. Yes, Conda, we are fancy with our little soundboard, but we got to figure out how to make it work. McKinney to Dallas via 75 South. Let's see. Give me a minute. Are you using OBS? No. Man, you asking about all these questions. No, I ain't using no OBS. I had to figure out what OBS was. As a matter of fact, being in these streets, I am not using OBS. It is too confusing for me. Okay, so no. What is the YouTube channel? I believe it was posted earlier, but it is the Tashara Parker Show. So www. Oh my God, I'm not giving you no www. YouTube.com/Tashara Parker. Let me, somebody had gotten the comments. One of my producers had gotten the comments and actually put it in the comments. And what I'm going to try to do is pin that baby, I can't find it, but I know what I can do. YouTube.com/Tashara Parker. I got you. And I'm going to pin it myself because, you know, when you want to make something happen, you got to make it happen. Okay. So, hey, it's loading. It's loading right now. Pastor G in the house. What's up? I have subscribed. Thank you, Pastor G. 35 from 121. Give me a cross street, Devin. Devin Thompson. Give me a cross street. Where my McKinney person? Let me go back up. 67 at 35. I think we did that one already. Hold on. Let me go to the bottom because I can't keep up with all these comments. Thank you, Yolanda. The chosen one says, damn, where have you been? I miss you in the morning. Before work, I told my husband, what happened to chocolate drop on the news? Hey, man, that means you ain't really been following because everybody saw when I left. So what day did you miss? Okay. And not only that, I've been putting out content consistently. Now, 2025 was a little crazy. Now, if you really know, then you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, we back up in this thing. I'm happy to have you. Okay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell you and husband, we back up in this thing. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Do what you got to do to make sure folks can see what we're doing. Now, how can I it doesn't show that I can pin that comment. Well, I'm gonna put it right here. YouTube.com/Tashara Parker. Y'all gonna see the lovely little orange picture up there. Thank you to C No Max who took my pictures. He's an extremely talented individual. So youtube.com/Tashara Parker. It is very easy to find. Like, comment, subscribe anytime that we're live and you see us live. And honestly, it's like watching your little favorite TV show. Just when you get on there, be like, my favorite TV show is on. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Okay. So yes, I would love for you to go over there. And for those of you, again, who have become members of the channel, I am so grateful for you guys becoming members. I didn't even ask you to do that, but I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. See, Maxie, a real one. Maxie so real. I know where he live at. And I'm just kidding, not like officially, but I definitely know the vicinity of where he lives because he was always tapped in early in the mornings when I was on Channel 8 WFA, but also like he kept up on social media. And I'm so grateful and so thankful because we all are living our lives, honey. And trust me, I get it. I'm being silly, but trust me, I understand. So thank you, Maxie. Appreciate it. Chosen one, you laughing, but y'all better be tapping in. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay. Let's see. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? D McDonald, hey. And Richard says, do I subscribe? Yes. We would love for you to subscribe on YouTube. I'm trying to get the sound effects to work, Ash. We'll figure it out, though. We will figure it out. 360 from Mansfield. I do not have cameras along 360. And part of the reason why, Jackie, is because 360 is on the toll system. And that is not something that TxDOT, the Texas Department of Transportation, manages. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Let me not lie to you. Hold on. Girl, I do have some cameras. Let me shut up. But I know the toll roads are usually managed by NTTA, but I do have cameras. So excuse me. Let me go down to Mansfield real quick. I didn't think I had cameras down on 360, but one second. Oh, I know what it was. So usually when I would try to pull those cameras into the system that we had at the TV station, it wouldn't allow me to pull some of those cameras on 360. I don't know the reason why, but whatever. We would have to call in to get those cameras pulled for us. Okay. But TxDOT does have cameras along 360. I don't know why I said that. Hey, players get it wrong too. Players get it wrong too. My bad. Okay. So where, baby, why Mansfield hide now? There we go. Okay. So tell me where you're looking. So I'm looking at 360 right at Heritage. I'm going to just show you this one. Or let me go up a little higher. I could probably go up a little higher. 360 right at Lone Star. What is this? 360. I'm going to show you 360 at 287. 360 at 287. Maybe that'll help out a little bit. 360 at 287. Image file. I wish I could play music on here, but that's the quickest way for YouTube to be like, hey, man, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. There's 360 right at US 287. Now, what I love about this image is you don't quite see the top of the 360, but you do see some of those side rows leading up to 360. So I can only imagine if the main lane's looking that good, I mean, the side road's looking that good, the feeder, then 360 shouldn't be all that bad. But again, I can't speak for what it's going to take you to get there. Okay. Let me see if I found another image that'll help. Image. Is that it? Is that yeah. There's another one. This is 360 right at Broad Street. So showing you the actual 360. You should say, I am from Omaha, Nebraska, and I still wouldn't drive in this mess here in DFW. I'm trying to tell you, all the people that are from like cold climates, like even that young lady who was arguing with me earlier. Well, not really arguing, but she had some choice words for me. It's fine. She told me I drive a Prius, and I forgot what else she said. She was like, I'm going to tell y'all what she said. It was actually quite hilarious, and I did get a little chuckle out of it. Hold on. It says, so my comment was, first of all, why your music so loud? I'm just as scared as the next driver. That's me. Y'all know I be acting silly. She said, haha, I went to college in Colorado. This ain't SHIT. I had my windows down. It was nice out, and you can clearly see I was going 10 under. Whatever. My volume wasn't even halfway up, but I'm sorry that your car has a crappy sound system. What you listen to, jazz? Then she says, enjoy your sound bath and vegan chips in your Prius. Have a great day driving like grandma on Bear Road. What I do to deserve all that? Like, what? Oh, Lord have mercy. Like, and why I gotta be a grandma? I ain't no 30s became grandma. Now, there are some grandmas in their 30s. Let's be very clear. But I ain't know 30s was grandma. I ain't even got no kids yet, but okay. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I hope that helps for the person who asked me about Mansfield. Let me remove that. I do want to go back and check on that incident that I told y'all about right when we first came on. And that was 35 up in a Sanger area. Now, why this camera done did all that, girl? Get on back up yonder over to Dallas now. So the roads are not totally safe. Yes, I would agree with that. Jackie, where are you saying the roads are pretty bad? 360 North. Yep. Why didn't I know you went live on here? Because this is new, Makings of a Man. This is new, honey. Yeah, so now you know, okay? Now you know. And actually, since you're over here, if you want to become a member of the channel, you're more than welcome to. But of course, like, subscribe, make sure you share this video. It is very important that we continue to build this channel. And let me tell y'all this, and for those of you who've been on since the beginning, you already heard me say it, but there isn't a single Black woman in the top 100 YouTube podcasts consistently ranked up there, okay? So we trying to make some things shake around here. So if you're watching on Facebook, I would encourage you to go to youtube.com/Tashara Parker, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on this video so that we can continue to tell folks what we have going on, okay? Oh, now I see why Create and Collaborate was in here, because we got their mug. They gave me this when I spoke at one of their events. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, baby, is the camera crispy or what? Is the camera crispy? Baby, I've had this camera since 2019 or 2018 and have not put it to good use. Is the camera crispy? Hey, we about to put all this equipment to use, because that's when I had that little job bringing in some coins. But we about to put all this equipment to use, baby. All of it. And when I figure out how to work this soundboard, don't worry, that's gonna get used too. I'm trying to go from Debbie Lane and 360 to Carrie. Lynette, stay home, boo. Stay home, bookie. I mean, you can probably go out there, but I am not encouraging you to do so. And somebody just said 360 was a fool. Even though I showed you some pictures that appears to show like near Broad Street looks decent, but yeah. Somebody said, Katina said, what's wrong with Jazz? You talking about from old girl earlier? Nothing, but I guess that's her way of calling me a granny. I'm like, girl, okay. No, that girl probably 18 over there arguing with me. But next, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but whatever. We got a new member. If my sound effects was working, you'll get some air horns right now. Dun, 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 dun. It's not working right now, but I'm gonna figure out how to get it to work. What's this? Oh no, child, let me not mess nothing up. Get out of there. Hold on. I'm gonna try to turn it up. Maybe it'll work if I turn it up. Can y'all hear anything? Can y'all hear it at all? Child. The camera is cameraing. The camera is a Sony. This is for the person asking me about the camera. The camera is a Sony A4, I think. It's in that A family. Okay. But they have much newer versions now, like of this camera. And it is hooked up to, what is it hooked up to? A10 Pro, ATEM Pro. I ain't gonna go through all these details because that's not what this video is about. But it's hooked up to a ATM Blackmagic A10 Pro, ATEM Pro. And that is hooked up to my Rodecaster soundboard. That's it. That's the setup. So you got the Sony camera with a lens on it. You pick whatever lens you want when you go to the camera store. And then you have the Rodecaster soundboard that I'm using right now that I was trying to get sound out of, but it wasn't working. And then you have the ATEM Blackmagic, and that's how you plug in the camera. Now, what I will say is it took a lot of trial and error. So if you know somebody who knows this stuff, please get them to help you. I can't tell you how many hours of YouTube videos I watched just to figure this setup out. And usually all you really need is a camera, and it's the camera built into your computer. So yeah. Thank you, Stella Allen, for becoming a member of the station. Yeah, of the station. I was about to say of the channel, of the station, of the network. Because that's where we going, okay? Thank you so much. Man, y'all gonna have me in tears over here. I'm so grateful and so thankful for anyone who becomes a member, because it helps the algorithm, it helps me, it helps support the work that we're doing. And it helps me understand that this is not done in vain. Like we trying to change the game over here. And I was telling you guys, when it comes to YouTube, there isn't a single Black woman who is in the top 100 consistently of YouTube podcasts and shows. And I'm trying to be up there. I am trying to be up there. Call me delusional. Call me whatever you want to call me at this point. Okay. Delusional. But I'm all in and I'm locked in on all of it. And we trying to get there. So thank you, Stella, again, for becoming a member of the Tashara Parker Show. Okay. Lord, folks ain't gonna be grandma because they don't want to speak. How are the DFW area road conditions? Delandro, you must have just got on here. We got I didn't share plenty of photos. But one thing I do want to go back to, I was telling y'all earlier, but I be getting sidetracked. This is why you gotta have somebody keeping you on track. So let me see. So looks like no, that issue at 35E right at Chapman Road up in Sanger for Denton, especially for the folks who was trying to go take 35 going northbound. Oh yeah, it's still shut down. So let me save this so I can show y'all. Sure is still shut down. So this is 35. All lanes are closed. This is an updated photo, okay? So look at that. Ooh, look at that traffic. 35 right at FM 455. This is Sanger. This is up. So for those of you unfamiliar, if you're in Dallas, Texas, or in Fort Worth, Texas, so it's Dallas, Texas, and then Fort Worth is to the west of Dallas, Texas. And then north of Fort Worth is Denton, Texas, and Denton County. So this is north of Denton. Okay, so this would be considered, and some of you may consider it a North Dallas suburb. I hate to say that Denton is a whole city and a whole county, but a North Dallas suburb. Okay, so this is where UNT Denton, all the university is located, but this is a North Dallas suburb. It is not a North Dallas suburb. It is a freaking city. Anyways, it's to the north of Dallas, and above that is Sanger. So for those of you who try to go from Dallas up to Oklahoma on 35, this is something you will pass by. You're going to be sitting in traffic. Y'all see your screen, 35 right at FM 455. All lanes completely blocked, all traffic being forced off right there at FM 455 if you're trying to go northbound on 35. I do have another image that I'm going to show you of the actual incident if it loads for me. Come on, girl. Let me see. Save image. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Look at this, y'all. Boy, they are really trying to get that thing out of there. So obviously they are doing a lot of work, and I don't know if you can really tell, but toward the center of your screen, obviously they got to bring out the heavy duty wrecker to carry away any large vehicle or big rig or what have you. This is 35 right at Bells Road. It just kind of gives us a better look at the issue. But that is why they're forcing all of the traffic off right at Sanger so that they can continue doing what they're doing right at Bells Road. So this is 35 northbound. It's not 35E or 35W. It's simply 35 once you've gotten out of Denton and you're headed northbound toward the Sanger area. This is what you're going to run into. Okay. Lynette says, what a rude comment. She's talking about the story I told you earlier. I grew up in Colorado and snow is different than ice. I learned to drive there, but they don't maintain the roads the same way and don't know how to drive on it here. Understood. Delandra, we gave 360 earlier. Say less. I'll probably respond for you. Don't do it. This is on Threads, by the way. We're in Colorado. We in Colorado or up north. This is Texas. We get ice. Snow and ice are two different things. Yeah, I try to explain that to people all the time, but they ain't trying to hear that. Please show details on the setup. I did share details on the setup. Sorry, that was an earlier comment, so I hope I explained that properly. Somebody, Daisy said, girl, you make the sound effect pretty good. Sandra says, we hear you loud and clear, but we got to work on them sound effects. We are. Oh, Mo. What am I? Ding, 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 ding. We got to work on the sound effects. I'm going to get my sound effects working. I promise you. Thank you, Mo. Mo is like videographer extraordinaire in and around DFW. And it goes back to what someone said earlier, saying that we got to support local, and we absolutely have to support local. But when you see local people that you know and you don't recognize their greatness and the work that they're doing, sometimes you kind of put them in a box. Mo is somebody who is certainly outside of that box. He has worked with some of the greats. You can see his name on the screen there. That is his same name is on Instagram and most of his platforms at Mo Storyteller. And he's extremely talented at what he does. And again, we can run down a list of some of the names that he's worked with, but extremely talented. Mo, thank you for becoming a member of the Tashara Parker Show. I feel like he's always been like in the background rooting for me. So thank you, Mo. I'm going to get my sound effects working because I'm going to be DJ TP over here too, okay? Sandra says, the skin is glowing, nothing like true beauty from the inside out, okay? Because 2025 took me through there, okay? I don't ever want that to happen again. Ashley says, YouTube studio audio input, you can choose your soundboard, which, not Ashley then went Google the directions. Let me take a picture. Girl, I know you lying. Period. See, that's why it pays to tell you what I'm dealing with, okay? Because we're going to figure out how to get the sound working. Thank you, Ash. Zay says, I know a lot about this stuff. That's why I was asking. Well, Zay, you heard me say what my setup looked like. So how do I figure out how to get the sound from the soundboard, which I know that that's working because this microphone is working, because the microphone is coming out of the soundboard. Like y'all wouldn't be able to hear me on this microphone if it wasn't for the soundboard. So what I'm trying to figure out is how to get the Rode sound effects to go into the camera, I think. Anyway, I'm telling y'all, I didn't watch way too many YouTube videos. For me to even be this far along in this journey, hey, man, don't say I don't try my best to figure it out, because I do. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Zay, you correcting other people, but tell me how I need to do it, okay? Tell me what I need to do. Renee say, oh, that is my drive most Fridays. Oh yeah, be careful, Renee, if you do have to go 35. But I think I'm praying, I hope by Friday you should be good. Stella says, like, comment, and share. Thank you so much, Stella. Definitely, definitely. I'm at Dallas North Tollway in Frankfurt, and my neighbor said the highway roads weren't too bad. Now, the tollways usually are fairly decent. I'm just being honest about that. But just getting to the tollways is sometimes a problem. I've seen people, again, slipping and sliding in their neighborhoods, thinking they can take them all, for example, not just them, but for example, take them Teslas up them hills, okay? The Tesla was sliding backwards, okay? So I am just telling you that sometimes it's the roads to get to the highways. And even still, when you get to some of those elevated surfaces, you're often going to run into sometimes a patch here, a patch there. All roadways are not equal and they're not made the same. So again, I am telling folks, if you have essential travel, get out there and do what you got to do. Because my travel this morning wasn't even all that essential. I thought I was going to tiptoe my way to a little coffee shop because I get a lot more work done when I am at the coffee shop. Baby, I call that coffee shop. You know how you call a business and you wait for them to say, hello, welcome to Click. I never got a hello, welcome to nothing. Okay. So my coffee shop was closed. Then I went on Google and not they updated their hours saying they ain't open to Thursday. So you know what? I appreciate them for that. And they made me sit my tail down because that was not essential travel. And I shouldn't even been trying to tiptoe up there. It's only 5 minutes away, but still. So y'all just be careful if you do indeed have to get out. Okay. So that is that issue right at 35. It is still there. That was a big rig turned on its side. If you have to go from 35 Dallas up toward the Denton area, moving north, going toward Oklahoma, OKC, I know somebody said they had to go up that way. That is definitely something that you are going to run into. Okay, so I've been on here over an hour, coming up on an hour and a half, right at 11:30-ish. And my camera has not overheated yet. And so I don't want to keep testing out how good this camera is because I think it'll prove real quick, like, hey, now you done did enough. You done did enough. But I just want to let you guys know, and you guys are the first to know, starting Monday, we will be live every day until I decide to change it. We will be live every day at 11 a.m. for your midday snack, your midday morning snack, okay? That ain't the official name, but it's the Tashara Parker Show, but live at 11 a.m. So if you get a little early lunch break or you want to have us on just to kind of tap in and see what's going on, but starting Monday, 11 a.m., I hope you all join us. If you have already subscribed on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're watching from Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else, please consider subscribing to the YouTube page, youtube.com/Tashara Parker. I would love to have you guys join us along this journey. We're going to be having all the latest news. We're going to talk to some of your favorite politicians or maybe some of your not so favorite politicians about their platforms, what they're trying to do for us, and the how. You know, a lot of folks talk about what they want to talk about, but baby, how you going to do all that? Because y'all just be talking sometimes. So we're going to talk about all of it, okay? What does it say? Now, sis, I only have a little tip money left to chip in on a new camera. Teacher. That's so funny. Yeah. And again, just a reminder, as Sandra just said in the comments, everybody be careful, courteous, cautious, and safe. And of course, stay safe and stay warm. She said you got to get back to work. Be careful out there, again, if you do choose to venture out. So that's all I got for you. If you have not subscribed on YouTube and you're watching us anywhere else other than YouTube, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for you. Make sure anytime you see us live, you like and you comment. If you can make your way to YouTube, it's youtube.com/Tashara Parker. For the 4 or 5 people, I think it was 5 people who today joined and became members of the channel. Thank you so much. Can we get it to 50 by Sunday? Can we get it to 50 members by Sunday? That would be so dope if we can get 50 members to join and become a member on YouTube by Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to keep going live and see what we come up with. But starting Monday, 11 a.m. every day, we're going to talk about what we talk about. Okay, whatever that looks like for us. Okay, have a good day, everybody. To all the small businesses, I am rooting for y'all. Make sure y'all go and support a small business once they get back up and running, hopefully by tomorrow, because they're going to need all the support that they can get. Okay, all right. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
Yeah. Bye.